Hi, this is John from Filtersmart, and today we're going to install our whole house water filter and salt-free water softener combo, the FS 1500. Here we have the two large tanks, which are the carbon filter and the salt-free water softener tank, as well as the components box. Exact components vary depending on the model purchased. Here we have our optional neoprene covers, our pre-filter housing and sediment filter inside, and the mount for the pre-filter housing. Two built-in bypasses for the tanks. A tank head with screen attached for the carbon filter. 4 1-inch elbow connectors for the tanks. A pre-filter wrench. Screws for the mount. And a product manual with the hose bib. For our installation, we will be needing a pipe cutter, pipe thread sealant, a copper pipe, sandpaper, and shark bites. In this case, we will use shark bites and flex hoses to make the installation easier. However, you could use soldering to connect the copper pipes as well as the PVC or PEX. Take the carbon filter, which is the heavier tank. Put our neoprene cover on. You now put the tank head on the carbon filter and tighten hard by hand until snug. Connect the bypass to the tank head by hand tightening until snug. Assemble the 1-inch fittings and connect the 1-inch elbow to the bypass in the upflow inlet and downflow outlet. Pull off both red knobs and turn around in a 180-degree direction so that the arrows on the upflow inlet is pointing into the tank and that the downflow inlet arrow is pointing out of the tank. Do this to both bypasses. Put the neoprene cover on the softener tank. Connect the second bypass to the softener tank head already installed. Next, we're going to take the heavy tank, which would be the carbon filter tank, and connect our 1-inch elbows to the hose bib on the upflow inlet side and connecting that to a garden hose. Turn on the garden hose, filling up the tank and letting that run with water coming out the downflow inlet. It should run black for about 1 to 2 minutes and then continue letting the water run until clear for another 5 minutes. We're going to then switch to the downflow inlet side of the carbon filter tank. And we're going to turn on the hose and run it again, this time for another 5 to 10 minutes. It's important to let the carbon tank sit for 24 to 48 hours to pre-soak the carbon media prior to installation. So plan this step ahead of installing the system into the main water line. Using our pipe thread sealant, we are going to connect a 1-inch threaded coupling to a 1-inch PVC nipple to 1-inch threaded coupling to connect the carbon filter and the softener tank together. So we have our downflow inlet of the carbon tank to our coupling to the 1-inch nipple, then 1-inch coupling to the upflow inlet on the salt-free softener tank. We already have our 3/4 to 1-inch bushing connected to the upflow inlet. Align the connecting pipe with the 1-inch elbows so that they both align and install even to the bypass. Now we're going to find the main water line. Turn off the water to the house. Make sure the tanks have a strong base to stand on. The location of the installation could be either in your garage or right outside of your home. It really depends on where you have the space and easy access to the main water line. Newer homes may have a pre-plumbed loop in the garage. In this situation, we're going to install it right here outside the house. We are going to take the carbon filter and softener tank and bring them over so that the carbon filter will be first in line from the incoming water, and then the second in line is the softener tank. So here we have the two tanks already connected together, ready for installation. Next, we're going to hook up our sediment pre-filter kit. Be sure to take out the sediment filter and remove the plastic wrap. Also, add the lubricant provided to the O-ring and pop the sediment filter back in and hand tighten. Now, with the screws provided, we are going to assemble the mount to the pre-filter housing and tighten the screws until snug. First in line is the sediment pre-filter. So we are going to take the sediment filter and arrange it to the left of the carbon filter tank. Now we are going to connect our 3/4 to 1 inch PVC bushings to the inlet and 1 inch to 3/4 inch PVC bushing to the outlet of the pre-filter with our pipe thread sealant. From the measured copper pipe, we are connecting from the main line with shark bite to flex hose to the inlet side of the pre-filter. And then from the outlet side, we are going to connect the bushing to 3/4 to slip shark bite. To our copper pipe. Then to our flex hose. You can find all the needed plumbing parts for installation at any local hardware store. Then from the flex hose, we're going to connect it to our upflow inlet of the carbon filter tank by using the shark bite to the 3/4 to 1 inch bushing to the 1 inch thread coupling. So now we have the incoming water line to the sediment filter, to the carbon filter and salt-free softener tank all done. Now we just need to connect the salt-free softener tank back to the main water line. With our copper pipe measured to the main line, we can use our shark bite to connect our salt-free water softener downflow inlet to the pipe connecting the system back into the house. Again, you can use copper fittings with soldering to connect to the system, PVC or PEX, but in this case, we just use the flex hoses to shark bites, making installation much faster. So to review, we have our incoming main water line to flex hose to sediment pre-filter. Then to our flex hose to the upflow inlet of carbon filter, 1 inch nipple to upflow inlet of the softener tank, and back to the main water line. Turn the water on and check for leaks. Now enjoy filtered and conditioned water at every tap of your home. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.